Evening, everyone. I do not often ever start my videos in the evening, but I've got a really early start tomorrow. I'm absolutely pooped, so I thought I would have a quick chat with you now rather than rushing in the morning and worrying all night that I'm going to oversleep. Does anyone do that whenever they have to get up early? They worry themselves into the point where they don't sleep, and it's so counterintuitive because if you just slept, you'd get everything done anyway. But anyway, I'm getting up in the morning to head for a really, really lovely day. We're heading to Berkshire with one of our favourite brands. Both Ali and I are really big fans of the British kind of like real heritage brand, Purdy, and we're going to be going for a day of clay shooting and lunch and just kind of mingling. So we're really, really looking forward to it. Hence why I want to make sure I get a good night's sleep and wake up refreshed, ready for my early morning. But what I wanted to talk to you about, because one of the things that has been happening recently, which has done wonders for my confidence, and I know that this is something that I think almost every girl has probably had one of those times. Guys too. In fact, I know that it happens to Ali all the time. If he has to go somewhere else and get his hair done and it's not quite how he wants it, it really affects your confidence. And I've obviously had that done with my hair before, but mine's been sort of a longer process with it, and it's really affected my confidence, especially with my hair. And I'm only now at a point where, after like however many years, I'm starting to actually get compliments on my hair again, which might seem a bit weird. I mean, I get lots of lovely compliments on the internet, but in person, I think it's very different when you can actually see someone's hair. And there was a long time where I really noticed that people weren't like, my hair is always a bit of a talking point, I think, and it wasn't really anymore. And now I feel like I'm sort of getting to that point where people are actually saying to me, oh my gosh, like, is that all your real hair? Like, blah, 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 which was what I used to get all the time. And I can't lie and say that it hasn't knocked my confidence, because it has. Lumi, she's jumping all over the my dressing table. I'm feeling a lot more confident in myself as well, and I think that comes across. Correct me if I'm wrong, I think that comes across. And so what I wanted to do was tell you some of the things that have really helped with my hair, because I'm using different products and things for different things, and also share with you a really honest overview of where my hair is at this point, because that's one of the things I think I'm really bad at. I don't like showing things that don't like please my eye. It's the same when like I never have pictures of before and afters of rooms, like very rarely, because I don't like taking pictures of rooms that I don't like. And so it's kind of the same with like my hair. I never really have before and afters, but I thought it was time to be a little bit more upfront and show you where my hair kind of currently is at, because I have about 2 or 3 years of new growth under my belt now, but I also have a lot of remnants of damage, and I've never really shown you it, and I'm using different products to combat each different part. So I'm going to run through them. There's only 3. I mean, there's a few other things, but really there's only 3, and they're just really important. And I think that if anyone is in the same situation, it happens more often than I would like to admit. And so if you maybe know a mum, like you guys know my mum had a nightmare as well. If it's your mum, your friend, whoever that's had one of those times, at least hopefully with this video, you'll know exactly what to buy them to maybe put together a little bit of like a hair SOS kit to help them out, basically. So the first thing that I've been using, and I'm actually going to have a bit of a nightmare because you're sat on top of it. I've got a spare one, don't worry. You're on my tripod at the moment. So the first one that I've obviously been doing is to combat the breakage of the damaged ends of my hair. So I don't have layers in my hair. I've never had layers cut into my hair, and I've never had any like short bits. I have a little bit of face framing, just to make it obviously look a little bit shaped, like a little bit of bangs, a little bit of shape around the front. But other than that, through the actual lengths of my hair, I've never had layers, feathering. But you might notice like throughout my hair, that there is quite a bit of almost feathering to it. And so if I pick up certain bits of my hair, you'll be able to see, in fact that's a really good example, I think this is a very, very good example, this bit here, of my hair at this moment in time, because obviously, as I said, I've never had anything cut into my hair, but this is the healthy regrowth of my hair. There's no splitting, there's no feathering or anything like that, and then all of a sudden it just kind of breaks off in little wispy bits, and that is generally what it's like all over my hair. I'm really lucky, I'm so lucky, because I've got such thick hair that I think I can kind of, for the most part, I've been able to hide it. But if you look around all of my, so there's another really good bit there, that sort of under bit there is it's completely broken off in comparison to the rest of my hair. And so I've got that everywhere, and you'll also see, this is something that you can see more than anything, you see it in person, whereas this part of my hair, very, very lovely and thick and healthy, shiny, and then you kind of get to the ends and it just wisps off, and it's a lot thinner, a lot less hair, and very, very, very prone to breakage. So as I said, 3 different products that I'm using for 3 different things. The first product that I'm using is for my regrowth of my hair, any kind of like loss of hair, just health from the inside out. And I know that I've spoken to you a lot about this product, but it's a no-brainer for me if you're on any kind of hair journey or just looking to introduce that extra like stage, if that makes sense. For me, I can't take tablets, so this really is the perfect option for me. But I've been using Hairburst for over a year, and I think it's one of those products that's got massive misconceptions. I had misconceptions, and I've told you this before, but it took like the girls in the office convincing me to actually just give it a go, for me to actually see the benefits myself. And now it's really lovely because I get messages from lots of you sharing the exact same thing, like I didn't think it was gonna work, and then I've used it and now I do. So I know that a lot of you use these opportunities to stock up. But basically, around 2 years of growth, it's shiny, it's healthy, it's not breaking off, and I definitely feel like for 2 years I've got about, what must be close to 12 inches, if not more, maybe 50. I don't know, I'm not very good with inches, of regrowth, and I think that's really, really good. So I'm obviously really focusing on making sure that I'm taking my Hairburst every day as part of my morning ritual. I'll get up, I'll take 2 of these, and it's also just a bit of a treat because they taste lovely. And I know that people worry about what's in them or whatever. It's always good stuff. Biotin, zinc, all of the things that you need for healthy hair and nails. And I've also noticed a huge, huge benefit on my skin as well. So for me, I can't really fault them. They might not be for everyone, but me personally, they've played a huge part in ensuring that whatever is coming through is super, super healthy. And I feel like the length of my hair is a testament to that as well. So that's like the inside outside. I've got my usual discount code, which is Lydia AW20, which actually gets you 20% off on top of the sale that is currently going on the Hairburst website now. I believe it's a buy one get one free sale that they've got on there at the moment. I'll always clarify what the actual terms of the sale and offers in the description box down below. But you can pick lots of things up if you want to try their shampoos, their heatless curls, those kinds of things, masks. That was scary. That was Lumi coming out of the laundry cupboard. If you want to try their masks. So I'll pop all of the details down below, because my next point is obviously the more topical side of things. I know I've spoken to you about hair oils quite a lot, and I really attribute the, Lumi's going to start eating her biscuits now. I really put down the fact that I've been able to hang on to as much of my damaged hair at the ends as much as possible through introducing oiling, which I do basically, I do it as and when, usually before I go to bed, but then before it's hair wash day, I'll saturate my hair in hair oil and just sleep with it in an either plaits or a bun, and just let my hair soak it in. It doesn't necessarily make my hair grow. What it does is it nourishes the ends, makes them more moisturized so they're less prone to breaking, and just keeping it in better condition, because if I was to let my hair get dry and brittle, it's more likely to break. So that's a huge difference to my hair. And honestly, I'm so excited for like in a few years time to just have no more damaged hair and actually have a routine that will now serve my hair should anything like this ever happen again, should my hair ever end up in this situation again. And the final product is my hair mask. I have tried all of the hair masks. You have to apologise for the top. I had a Bertioli little soap thingy on top and it melted. But I've tried a lot of hair masks, and the one that I always come back to is this one. This is the Kerastase Resistance mask. I use it really sparingly, and I use it basically like a conditioner. After I double shampoo, I take quite a small amount actually, and I just work it through, and I always brush it through in the shower with a wet brush. I don't use any other hairbrush on my hair other than the wet brush. Again, this is so kind and so gentle to my hair that I definitely feel like this plays a massive part, but I know I'm only telling you about 3 products. But that's just me kind of working through and explaining to you the realities. The main damage that was done to my hair was round the front in this area. So this is actually the worst affected. And I'll often find sections of my hair that will have completely just broken off, like this bit here. This is quite a far back bit, and it's just completely broken off sort of there. So we've not got long to go. I reckon I'm going to be able to have a really good chop in the next sort of 6 to 10 months, and I'll feel a lot more like sort of myself with it. But I wanted to let you know what it is that I've been using, just in case you ever find yourself in this situation. Hopefully you know what to, and obviously I hope you don't, but you know what to use in order to help your hair and just nourish it back to health, basically. Because honestly, I feel like I've tried everything over the last few years, and to now be in this position where I feel incredibly comfortable and being kind to my scalp with a really super gentle shampoo, but also using products that are working on the topical side of things for my hair, and also from the inside out, which I think you kind of need a little bit of a big pronged attack. Sorry, I didn't want to ramble on about that, but I did want it to be informative and also sort of give you a realistic view of what, you know, my little sort of broken bits of hair are looking like. So I don't feel like I've properly given you the sort of view of things, but I think you can kind of see how thin it sort of gets to the end. But it's not thin. I'm very lucky, like I said. But you know when you know what your hair is normally like, and you've got your kind of, it's a bit like a comfort blanket, isn't it? And so for me, I'm, yeah, it's just one of those things that you get used to. And the thing that I find the weirdest is my hair is so heavy at the root, and then at the ends I'm like, oh, it's a little bit sparse. But it's on the mend. I've got it all on lock. I'll link the main sort of products that I've mentioned in the description box down below. And hopefully, if you do know of anyone that is potentially going through the same situation or just looking to up their hair routine, hopefully some of these products will help. And don't forget that I've got my discount code now, which is Lydia AW20, which is for Hairburst, and you can pick up some bits there. Like I said, I use the RB Organics oil, but they have oils and masks on Hairburst if you wanted to just get everything together and make a saving. You don't have to always get like the same products as me or whatever. You can put like a bundle together. If you're just looking to stock up on your vitamins for the next sort of few months over winter, it's a great time to do that because you can buy in bulk. I often buy sort of like 6 bottles, like a 6-month supply, and keep them in our little drawer in the kitchen. And it's also a good little stocking filler if you know someone that uses them. You can sort of treat them to a few months supply or something like that using your discount now and pop it in there. Stocking at Christmas time, just thinking ahead. But anyway, I am going to get to bed now because I'm absolutely pooped. I think you can see it in my face, and I want to be raring to go tomorrow for our day with Purdy. So yeah, snuggly pajamas. Lumi, oh my god, Lumi is already in her bed. I'm sorry, but this cat, look at her. This is just the cheapest little donut bed from Amazon. You love it, don't you? You're purring. You love your bed, my angel. You having a bath? You having a bath? Well, I'm going to get into my lovely cosy bed and sign off for the night with this little munchkin. Good morning, everyone. I have all of the lights on in my dressing room today because we are up super early, up, dressed and ready to go because we are spending today with the Purdy team. We're heading to the Royal Berkshire Shooting School, which I believe that Purdy has a sort of residency there. And we're going to be spending the day with them, which is incredibly exciting because you'll know that both Ali and I are huge fans of the Purdy brand. It's a very well-respected British brand that has been going for an exceptionally long period of time. And one of the first field coats that I really kind of splurged on was this one. This is my Purdy one. And I would liken this to that of a tailored blazer. Like, that's kind of how it fits, but a field coat. So it's got beautiful structured shoulders that really give the jacket kind of presence, and then long deep pockets, which I personally use for puppy dog treats, but I'm sure other people use them for other things. So I've got a change of clothes with me. I've got a Holland Cooper blazer and a roll neck just in case I want to change for lunch, because we're supposed to be having a champagne lunch with the team as well. So it's going to be really, really wonderful to experience this and spend the day with them. So I'm going to load up the car with my stuff. Our car has arrived and it should be a lovely day. The weather is looking absolutely exceptional, and also I really love it when I have a day out of the house at the moment, because I feel like I come back and lots has changed and there's just new things to see. So I am ready to go. I felt like, oh gosh, I felt like I didn't really know what to wear for this. So I've gone for obviously my Purdy coat. I've got some Paige denim jeans on, Dewberry boots. I've got a cashmere sort of plum jumper on and a Ralph Lauren shirt underneath for a little bit of layering, and that is basically what I'm going to wear. But I've got some gloves and bits and pieces like that with me in case I get cold. So we have arrived at the Royal Berkshire Shooting School, and I am looking all of the gear and no idea, but we have absolutely lucked out this morning. It has been the most spectacular drive down I think that I've ever had. I think our driver must have thought that I was absolutely mental, because I just constantly kept going, wow, out of the window. It's a little bit chillier today. The temperature has definitely dropped. We've got about 6 degrees, but we're all kitted out in my Purdy coat and my hat that just so happened to match perfectly. And we're going to be doing some shooting, some clay pigeon shooting. So just to remind you all that clay pigeon shooting is not actual pigeons. It is clay little discs, and they're shot up into the air and we shoot them down with a gun.
Right guys, head on in. Go grab yourself a tea or coffee.
So we have arrived to the Royal Berkshire Shooting School, which is set up exceptionally beautiful. With what we have here is the new Purdy gun. So we're going to be learning all about this today, having a little talk. Oh my goodness, I think I could actually spend a fortune in this shop. Like, there is just so much stuff in here. And look, they've got my coat as well already. I love this scarf. So much beautiful pieces in here. I think there's probably going to be a fortune spent.
To the ladies' gun. Now that it's live, it's always live. Okay, top lever's in the same fashion. Nice. Okay, I'm letting go. There we go. Right, body weight just going to transfer. I'm not being rude. Just going to put my hands on your hip here. Bottom back, shoulders forward. That looks even better. Now we've got a nice straight line. Okay, can you see over there?
No, I didn't think you put my cap
Right, there we go. Right, so cheeks gently onto the gun. Pop this finger gently onto the trigger. Just get into the routine. I'm going to send you a clay pigeon out, okay? There's nothing in it, okay? Open up both eyes, wide open. That's it, nothing in it. It's not going to go off, it's just a practice go. Okay, you ready? Watch the clay, follow, overtake. Right, are we ready? Yeah. Watch, overtake. Right, good effort. Or cordite.
Smells like bonfire night.
Yeah, you're not. Well done.
I'm going to feel a lot more confident when I say no to you next time.
Why?
Just because you can't shoot a gun.
I did it really well. You just didn't get it on camera. I hit my first one.
Double bullseyes.
Yeah.
You did get 2. That's good.
Didn't I get 3?
3.
3.
3
Wow.
actually.
3.
Mugging me off in front of my pals.
He also is the day is young.
The day is young, yeah. I'm known to talk early.
Oh, far too much TikTok.
It'd be so good. What would be brilliant now, Lydia, is if you win the competition.
Yeah.
We're just waiting to head out for the second part of the shoot. Ali's taking a call from the guys that are working on the house. They're just getting started on the gate walls. Obviously, car of choice is always Land Rover at these places, which makes me very excited. And it's really lovely actually. One of the ladies here is one of the ladies that we went on the Land Rover trip with to Norway a good few years ago, and it's so lovely to like see her again. It's always lovely to see a friendly face when you come to these things, because it's our first sort of event with the brand, and we're just meeting them for the first time. But there is a shop here, and both Ali and I have said that there's a lot of things that we want to try on and potentially buy, just because you always have to order these things online. So that's what we're going to do later. But we're going to head out now for our second shoot, and hopefully I'm going to be as good as I was at the beginning.
So the gun in itself, have a little feel of it. It's a little bit different to the one we've just shot. So pop it into your shoulder, which is there. Everything you've just got to reach a little bit further, a little bit longer.
Yeah.
Cheek onto the top of the gun again. Nice. Start you off from here. Take it out. Your finger on the trigger. Little practice go. So you're looking just to see the clay here. You ready? Pull. Sit. Overtake. Good. Squeeze that trigger.
Yeah. Did you want me to squeeze?
No. I just wanted to make sure you were happy and feeling comfy.
Yeah.
Right, body weight again. Hips back, shoulders forward.
Look, when I do that, I can't see because they're
Ready? Yeah. Pull. Watch the clay. Head off.
Oh!
So we're going to go back to here. This next one we don't need to go quite so far in front of. Okay?
There's a lot here.
Yeah, stop bigger.
Wow!
Again, we just make sure we're set nice and tall, leaning in to the gun. That looks lovely.
So we just shot some rabbits. They're not actually rabbits, they are clay rabbits, and I got 6 out of 8, I think. So not bad. Now we're going to go up and meet the rest of the people that are here today and have a flush, which is going to be a first for me. I think this is when 3 of you all shoot. So we are now having a break for lunch. I found my little spot here, and we've got a wonderful Purdy gift bag on the backs of our chairs. And this lovely setup here with the gun case looking just phenomenal. I'm also fully enjoying these curtains. Oh, such a good choice of fabric. And this is what we're going to be having for lunch. So we're having lemon, tarragon, roasted chicken supreme, crushed potato, grain mustard and herb timbale, spinach puree, summer vegetables, tarragon cream, then vanilla panna cotta with fresh raspberries, and Snowdonia bomber with spiced apple chutney and crackers. Perfect. So we've just finished up a wonderful lunch, and now it's time for us to raid the shop. We've seen a number of different sort of knitwear pieces and shirts and things like that. I've also seen this fantastic scarf with pheasant feathers and pheasants on. So gorgeous, you can't really see it. There we go. Very much enjoying that. So we're going to have a look around, snap some bits up, see what there is for the dogs. And my hair has completely dropped, but I've had a lovely day. Ooh, that's lovely. Good morning everyone. I have just got back from my dog walk and this was what I wore. These new Paige jeans that I bought are literally like leggings. They're probably, I think I'm probably going to get another pair so that I can keep one for vest and one for dog walks. And then I've got a Beaufort and Blake shirt, chauffeur gilet to keep me warm, and I had my Purdy coat on. I got back yesterday and I was very, very tired because we got up super early and head down to the school. And we had such a good day. It was so much fun. And the one thing that's really interested me actually, I didn't realise there was so much like difference in opinion or assumptions around clay shooting. It's a very interesting thing for me because I actually find clay shooting really enjoyable. It gives you sort of like a bit of an adrenaline rush. It's very interesting. It sort of really gets your sort of coordination and your eyesight going, and it's really, really fun, especially when you do like the flushes, and especially under the right supervision in the right places, because it is an Olympic sport. I think that's one thing that people maybe don't know, is that clay shooting is an Olympic sport. So whenever you watch the Olympics, it's in there. Yeah, I wasn't aware that there was just this kind of misunderstanding with it. And I was speaking to some girls online that obviously do like clay shooting, and they were just saying that it's a really sort of difficult thing that they come up against, and they're working really hard to sort of change that, which was something that I just thought was quite interesting, especially when it's so like steeped in British heritage, but also done so responsibly. But when it comes to like game shooting, for me, it's not something I would ever do. I have never really understood the mindset of anyone having the thought process that they have the right to take the life of anything or anyone. But I also see that in multiple different areas of life. Like when people come to me and say, how dare you do this? I'm always really interested in what that person thinks in terms of what gives them the right. And so I just think there's a lot of sort of like contention and opinions about the topic. But for me, we live on shooting land here, so I think it also comes down to exposure. It also comes down to understanding, like not just reading things that you hear in the news, and actually going away and researching what it is that you're commenting on, and which I think that there's a real lack of that done online. I really do. I think that a lot of people read a lot of things and just assume things. So I always say, please make sure you do your own research before, first of all, you start telling people what they should and shouldn't be doing, but also before you start voicing your own opinions online, because I think that that's really important. But anyway, yeah, so what was I saying? It was such a wonderful day, and I actually said to Ali, I was like, because Ali's stepdad does shooting at a shooting club as well, but Ali has such an incredible talent for it, so I was saying to Ali, I think that he should sort of pursue it as a bit of a hobby, this clay pigeon shooting, because he's so talented. It's unbelievable. I'm obviously talented too, because I won the award for, like, I think they called it the clay preserver. Now I have to come here in my own defense though, because we came second, and the other two teams got the same score. So essentially we came third and lost, but only because they got the same score. And it was only by 2 clays, and so I won one of the little ducks. Did you see? My team basically won these. Yeah, I think I have 2 sausage dogs that are going to absolutely destroy this when I give it to them. But yeah, so sadly we didn't. I had these visions of me being like a complete winner with it, but I really enjoyed it, and I was a lot better at it than I thought I was going to be. And then we obviously had lunch, and we got talking to a chap called Tom Chamberlain, and he is the editor-in-chief of The Rake, and fascinating guy to talk to. It was really funny actually. I sent Ali his videos on TikTok. Just really, really fascinating guy. So we were chatting to him over lunch as well, which was lovely. And yeah, then came home and cuddled up in front of the fire basically, and had one of those dinners of where you're like finishing off loads of things, and it was really, really lovely. So I'll show you what I got. This is what I picked up at the shooting school. I needed some more of these gilets, and they're really good for putting on under like jackets and coats and things like that, just for an extra layer of warmth. I also picked up the matching tweed Purdy cap to my field coat, so that was good. That actually fits my head. We got a free Purdy cap, which was wonderful. Ta-da! Which I actually wore on the dog walk this morning. And then we had a little gift, which is, oh my gosh, I want pheasant. I think I've just found my Christmas gift theme this year. Pheasant with red, deep red, because you know what? I'm actually loving this kind of Merlot colour, and a dress arrived whilst I was out yesterday, so I can show you that. I'll probably end up wearing it today, to be honest. But yeah, I feel like this kind of deep Merlot colour is going to be the colour that I'm drawn towards this Christmas. Ooh, what do we have here? What is this? Oh, how wonderful! So, it's engraved. So this is my very own Purdy hip flask. I mean, that is just spectacular. Wow. Oh my gosh, I love that. Thank you so much. It was so wonderful getting to know the Purdy team as well. And just spending a lovely day out in the sunshine. It was the perfect crisp autumn morning as well. I'll just show you this dress quickly because I've ordered it in a couple of colours. It's another little cashmere number from Amazon. But when I saw this, so it's got kind of like a beautiful, elegant wrap neckline to it. It looks a lot redder on the camera, but it's actually a bit more of a dusky red. This is more of a midi. I wish it was an ankle length, I really do. But still, this kind of midi length, I think this is going to look really lovely. Just worn with a belt, obviously, but having a different neckline like this, in this kind of really lovely, festive, but rich red rather than vibrant red, although it does look a lot more vibrant on the camera, I am going to tell you that. I also got it in an ivory. Today I have some bits and bobs to, ooh, got out of focus. Today I've got some bits and bobs that I need to do. Our gravel pathways are in. Things are really sort of coming together in the garden at the moment, which makes me very excited. But also I've got a Christmas dinner with the Space NK team this evening, so I'm going to be getting a car down there. I need to decide what to wear. Part of me really wants to dust this off because I feel like it didn't get enough love last year. This beautiful Vampire Diaries, is it Vampire? The Vampire's Wife, Vampire Diaries dress, so I might wear that tonight. I'm not sure. I don't know whether that's going to be like too dressy. I'm not sure. We're going to see, but I want to be warm, basically. So that's the plan for the day. I'm going to get myself washed, going to get my hair done, get myself looking slightly less unwell, and get ready for the day. Oh my goodness. Oh, Porty's off with the duck. Oh. Also, I arrived home to the flumpiest, ruffliest roses from the Dolce & Gabbana team, which is such an honour. I don't know if anyone saw the stunning Dolce & Gabbana coat that Kate Middleton was wearing recently, and oh, these flowers are just as elegant as that coat, to be honest. This is for the launch of their Italian summer iteration of the Dolce & Gabbana light blue family, which we worked on. And I'm going to get these in some water before I jump in the shower.
It's my shower because it's my wardrobe.
It's for both our wardrobes.
You can have it.
Our flooring samples have also just arrived, and Mr. Millen Gordon is going to do the honours because I am looking like an utter mole.
So these are from Jack Evie.
Yes, so this was the floor samples that people...
Courtesy of somebody's...
Yeah, someone on our home account Instagram suggested them because it's engineered wood flooring that looks a little bit more beaten up, not so perfect.
These are easily the best rustic wooden floor, engineered wooden floor options on the market.
I think some of...
I'm not saying they are the best.
Yeah, I think some of them can look quite laminate-y, and we wanted something that really felt beautiful, but that was going to be durable and lovely.
Right, so texture on...
So this one's my favourite.
Texture's good on all of them.
Okay.
This is high clear.
Yes, I want that one so badly.
And...
You don't like it? Lovely. Oh, that's really nice. That's got a really nice grey tone to it, hasn't it?
It's a bit cooler.
Yes, it's not huge. Well, no, it is hugely different to our floor. That is a really good option.
Okay.
That is a really, really good option.
I like what I'm seeing in here.
Yeah, wow. But often you're not going to see it because on samples, obviously it's very different when you get a little square like this. But a lot of them have butterfly knots in them and just little scratches, and it's just really, really beautiful.
Next up. Wallace Drive.
Wallet. Oh gosh, that's small. See, I don't like it when they do that. When it's that small, that's really unhelpful. Does that mean it's that thin?
No.
Oh.
It's just basically samples are offcuts from when they've done installations.
Oh right, okay.
So it's just whatever you...
Yeah, I'm not really happy. I wouldn't be able to pick from that, but I do like this one.
Just look at the
High clear.
depth of the colour.
Yes.
You can get a gauge from.
I think that's too.
Unfortunately, they're all tiny.
Oh, apart from high clear.
Cathedral Place.
So this was one of our favourite. Oh wow, that's got a lovely texture to it. But potentially we're not going to like that too much underfoot. Might be difficult.
Don't worry about on the feet, it'll be fine.
Okay.
You walk on stone floor.
Yep, very true. All right.
Next one is Wallace Drive.
Oh, isn't that Wallace Drive?
No, Wallace Place.
No, that's Wallace Drive. So they've sent a bigger one.
Okay. Oh, we only ordered 3 samples. Of course we did.
Yes.
You only allowed to order 3.
Oh yes.
That's why they've done it.
So they've just show different. So that's the one that's got the most amount of rustic texture.
Yeah.
I do like high clear though. That is absolutely beautiful. Come and put it down here, babe.
I don't think for these Cathedral Place.
Yeah, there you go. Come put it down here.
I'm coming.
So these are going to be the big planks that we want.
Yeah, so this size here is the true width.
Yeah.
That's the true width.
Yeah.
And then that's the true width.
I think
So width
high clear.
width of these, that's like my office. These are like they're bigger than...
I think high clear. Carpet check, the cohesion. I'd say Wallace Drive is better, but I still think, because if you see here, you've got those cooler tones running through it. Ali also has received his paint. He's gone, and do you know what? From listening to TOWCESTER podcast, I have really had Morris & Co. ignited in my sort of passions, because basically all of the stately homes in England really kind of preserve their Morris & Co. featured fabrics and wallpapers. It's almost like a nod of respect if you've managed to restore or maintain them. So Ali's gone for Standen Clay, which I've actually been to Standen House. I shot a H&M campaign there, which was absolutely beautiful. But that's the colour that he's going to be going for in this room, and this is Standen Clay. This big spot here that he's tried. So it's a nice sort of muddy green, which is going to be really lovely. Well, I have been rushed off my feet today, so I've barely been able to vlog, but I've settled on an outfit for this evening's Space NK dinner. It's their Christmas dinner. Getting it in early, I love that. Starting the festivities, and I'm so excited. So excited to see the Space NK team as well, because I hold them very, very dear to my heart. But I'm shopping my wardrobe today. I was either going to wear my Brock collection skirt and blouse, the silk ones, or this one, and I just kind of felt a little bit more, I don't know, maybe a bit more casual in this. It's a vampire's wife dress, and it's kind of ankle length as well, but it's really nice and fitted across the sort of bust area and waist, so I always feel really lovely in this. It's also velvet, so it's very nice and warm, and I've teamed it with a clementine and mint blue satin headband, and I wanted a slightly bigger bag just for convenience. You're probably going to tell me that I'm doing it wrong, but I needed a bigger bag, guys, okay? And I could have gone for my Epsom Mini Kelly in the black, but No, Madame Cellier, that's the vibe, I think. And then I've got my Jimmy Choo Maileys, which are always my comfortable heel of choice. And that is pretty much it. I'm looking forward to going because, as I mentioned, Sasha Polari is going, and I've not ever met her, but I've been a big fan of her work when she started out early with the Filter Drop campaign. We talk quite often, so I'm really looking forward to actually finally meeting her and hopefully just catching up with some lovely people over a lovely dinner. So I'm gonna get going. Okay, I have arrived at the Nomad. If you remember, Ali and I came to the Nomad and had dinner not long ago in the actual restaurant where there's a beautiful big glass house, but today it's the Space NK sort of Christmas party. And when I tell you that they have gone all out, I am not joking. But the funniest thing is I'm basically here an hour early. I don't know how this has happened, but my 2-hour car journey was not enough for me to be fashionably late, so I'm fashionably early and getting the complete sneak peek on the location and how beautiful it is. They have, honestly, I don't think I've ever been to an event. This is like the most Christmassy wedding I could ever have dreamed of. It is perfect. They thought of everything. We've got mini bottles of champagne, we've got gift cards that we can gift to other people. And I'm a bit speechless, to be honest, because there's Christmas trees and I'm so ready for Christmas this year. So this is what it looks like. Oh my goodness. So if you don't know, the Nomad is the old Magistrates Court, and it is a spectacular venue. Now apparently I'm sat up here on one of the top tables, but there's all of these tables, lots of lovely guests coming. And look at the ceiling.
You can gift that to a friend or a loved one. You can keep it for yourself and be very greedy. Personally, I'd keep it. So yes. Anyway, I just wanted to say thank you so much for coming. That's my gay crusher, everyone.
So happy to see you all. Oh, congratulations to you. Hello, you. Oh, my goodness. Lots of lovely, familiar faces here. Very happy you could come tonight and celebrate with us. It's getting very Christmas Eve. Yes. Who wants a scrummy dinner?
Asked them to come here tonight to entertain you all. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, put your hands together. The amazing Tim Gallagher!
Go on, Tim. Ginny.
Tell me what you're thinking of, baby. Usually good boy. Never really been beyond safe.
This is my moment. I know, so we can go down there. Good evening, everyone. I'm probably looking exceptionally bleary-eyed as usual because I had a very, very late night last night. I got back from the Space NK dinner at about 1 o'clock because I was one of the last to leave. You just get chatting with people and it's just so lovely that you have so much fun, and then you realise you've got a 2-hour journey home, and that is not ideal. But I'm glad I went home and didn't stay down in London because I think it's almost like worse if you've had a late night and then coming back the next day. So yes, I've taken it fairly chilled and I've just done a little bit of editing today, got my vlogs kind of all up to speed. It's about to be a very, very busy time, I think. Carrie's been messaging me all day like, this is what you've got to do, you've got this, you've got that. There's a lot coming up. So, and it is approaching the busiest time of year in terms of like content and our industry. So lots of organisation going on. I have also just unpackaged my new iPhone case. Carrie and her friend George made fun of me the other week because of my phone case, and so I wanted to treat myself to a Mulberry one. It was really hard. I couldn't work it out on their website because it said it was a 12 or a 13, but the phone that was in it wasn't the same as mine, and it just confused me a little bit. So I got this lovely tan one from Aspinall of London. I looked to see if Smithson had one, but they didn't have any iPhone cases anymore. But I love Smithson stuff. That is a mouthful to say. I also wanted to say, if you aren't following me on Instagram, I also had a chat about the clay pigeon shooting over on Instagram as well. Just because, like I said earlier in the video, I didn't know that there was such a sort of lack of understanding around it. And when I put up the video of me with the Purdy equipment, I was actually so shocked. I had no idea that people just automatically assumed that you shoot game in that perspective. And it was actually really lovely. I've had so many people reach out to me in my DMs, just basically being like, you've broached the subject really well, and thank you, because it's something that they come up against quite a lot, in that there's this misconception that if you are like into shooting or whatever, you're into shooting game. Like I said, I don't shoot game. I don't judge anyone for their decisions. If it's not something that I would do, it's just not something that I would do. I'm sure that everyone has their reasons, and I'm not here to judge that. But a lot of people were saying that when they shoot clay pigeons, they have that same kind of like, people have this bizarre response to it. So I could have shied away from it, and I could have, you know, just been like, oh, and just let it all happen. But actually just kind of shedding a little bit more light on it and talking to you guys about it and giving you the facts about it, because the fact, even I was like, I'd completely forgotten that it was an Olympic sport, and it's something that we've all sort of like watched in the Olympics, but it's just one of those things. So anyway, had lovely conversations, and everyone was just really, really kind. And just thank you to everyone that reached out and that was like, thank you for talking about this. And there were some people that even offered me like lessons and stuff like that. I need them, Ali doesn't need them at all. And then yeah, so we had a lovely evening last night as well, and it was just lovely meeting up and catching up with lots of people. I have a whole pile of things to unbox. I'm not going to show you everything that's in there, but I also feel like maybe there's a little bit of an update in the garden. I think there's probably quite a bit to show you now, so maybe I'll go outside and show you this, although I think I mentioned previously that all of the leaves have like just out of nowhere started dropping. So we're not going to sweep the patio just yet, but it's looking like it's been here for a while. So this is where things currently are. So this entire space, except for the pier caps and the planting and lights and things like that, is finished. We've got our new beds in here, so these are all done properly now in this beautiful iron that's going to rust up and just look really lovely. So we've got this big border ready to be planted here and a border there as well. All of our copings are on and sealed, and I really do think that we have the most beautiful copings on here now, especially in comparison to our other ones. This is the purest of the pure limestone, whereas before they were concrete and they looked like concrete. And obviously these winged walls are gone, and we've replaced these beds with oak, and all of my roses are now back in these beds. These are all David Austin roses, and our beautiful little hedges are all put back in as well. And so when our gate goes in and our iron structure, this is all going to be finished. So lots and lots of like just tweaks, really, just finishing things off. Like even the steps on there just look so much more beautiful and so much more finished. We are going to be, I don't know why this pot is still here, we need to move that, it looks very sad on there. So what I was saying was we have some custom made pier caps being made by All Green at the moment. We are basically having exactly what we had before, but more in keeping with the rest of the limestone, if that makes sense. So it's all going to mirror the heritage of the area, and we're mirroring the steps with the balls again, but they're just going to have a slightly different finish so that they're more in keeping here. Obviously furniture is slowly making its way back onto the terrace. I just can't believe all of these leaves. The fire pit is back, the new lights are up. and we are pretty much now at a stage where obviously you'll see all of the irrigation and wires in the beds. These are all waiting for our crabapple trees and our border planting. Walking down these steps really is quite special, and all of this has been raised up as well, which is feeling really lovely. We're also working on levelling out the back end of our lawn there as well, just to get things a bit better. You'll also notice that our turf has been taken up. That is because we're having some fresh turf laid down just to make things look as normal as possible, really. And you can see these beds here. This is where we are with this area now, so all of the lights are in and we can actually stack this with wood now. They've said that we've got the go ahead, we can stack it with wood. It's all been shaped, so we've got this lovely detailing where the pizza oven kind of creates this rounded area here. And this is where my stone sink will be plumbed in, which I'm looking forward to. And you're going to be seeing quite a few little holes in this little area here. This is where our topiaries are going, and I love topiaries. Okay, I have such a big love of them. It's unbelievable. I just love them, and so I was really happy when the Nicholson's team suggested that we put some in. So we've got quite a few dotted around in this area, and we've got the beds going in, etc, etc. Then if I take you around here quickly, all of our little posts are in. These are the steps here, which have now been sealed, looking much better, and this all just feathers in really nicely into the area. And the final bit that has started, so we've obviously finalised the gates, they haven't been ripped out just yet. And I don't know if you will have ever seen this area in real life, but this is an area at the front of our property. This used to be just a little wooden fence, and we're now having this wall extended round so that we've got a lot more of a secure perimeter of the property, and this little post here, big post here, is actually going to be clad in wood to match everything else as well. So it's going to be really beautiful, very sympathetic, and coming along nicely. A lovely little portaloo there. But I do have to say, this does feel quite exceptional around here. It just feels like a much bigger garden, and all of these colours just look so lovely. I can't wait for all of this to be planted up. These roses are going to be surrounded by wildflower, which again is going to be incredibly beautiful, and they're going to be on iron structures as well, which, oh guys, I'm just very excited. And we obviously have still a lot to do, so our new shed is coming. We've designed a really lovely new shed, and Ali's going to get all of his bits and bobs in there, so that's going to be his Christmas present this year. Last year he got a new office, this year he gets a new shed. And I've just seen the farmer on his quad bike. I'm like, who's that? So we're now at the point where we're waiting for the shed. We are waiting for all of the planting to be done. We're waiting for the outdoor kitchen, and we're waiting for the new Lightwell balustrades, and we're waiting for the new Lightwell cover around the other end, and the new gate walls. So I think things they just might slow down for a little bit. We're just getting the feelings that it might slow down for a little bit, so we're waiting to hear whether anything's going to be delivered, any sort of any more materials, so that things can crack on. But goodness me, yeah, so that's kind of where we're at. We're going to start, once all of the leaves have dropped, we're going to get the terrace all dressed and ready, just so it's looking lovely, and then basically it's a waiting game. But I thought I would update you. These lights really have changed the feel out here, and just look so much more beautiful. I think I'm going to put the same lights in the Lightwell downstairs. But yeah, goodness me. Everything is obviously being tidied up now, and things are being put where they should be, and there's not crates everywhere, so it's slowly getting cleaned up and looking a lot more presentable out here. Once there's not so much mud, I'll be very happy, because my goodness, the boys are enjoying playing in the mud, that is for sure. But yes, so I will leave you here on this vlog. Don't forget that I have my Hairburst discount code as well. I'll pop all of the details in the description box down below. There'll be a link down there as well. If you are looking to take a little bit extra care of your hair. I mean, mine is just starting to look so wonderful. But yes, I will link it all in the description box down below. I hope you've enjoyed this vlog, and I will see you in my next one on Thursday.